center of Barnwell at access1.org.
If you've been arrested for a DUI in Georgia, you may only have 30 days to protect your license or your privilege to drive here. Hi, I'm Tiffany Duncan of DUI Duncan, the DUI firm here in Augusta. Visit our website at DUIDuncan.com to see what we've done to help so many drivers. If you've been arrested for a DUI in Georgia, call me now for a free consultation. While the firm, of course, cannot guarantee results, we do guarantee hard work and fast action.
Remember the name, DUI Duncan. Meet the best big Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller. Weather coverage you can count on. The Live 5 for 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. What a difference the last 24 hours have been, right? Absolutely, totally different. No more storms, the humidity's lower, and real stuff in the sunshine. But there are some changes coming going.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 4, Burke County law enforcement wants the community to wear orange. Local leaders explain the purpose and mission behind the color. Plus, why South Carolina Highway Patrol calls the summer months the deadliest days. And let the cyber games begin. We'll take you to today's ceremony as the Patriot Summer Camp wraps up. Your News at 4 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WGBF News Channel 6 at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks so much for joining us. Brad is off today. Coverage you can count on begins with a local group hosting a Wear Orange town hall meeting for the 10th annual National Gun Violence Awareness Day. The Bridge program in Burke County works to build responsible individuals and show them ways to succeed. They wear orange to honor the more than 120 lives lost to gun violence every day. The group joined local city and law enforcement leaders at Waynesboro City Hall, agreeing that action must be taken.
Every time you turn on social media or you look on the news, you're seeing different things pertaining to gun violence. It hurts our heart, so we're doing more praying. But this right here is major when you can get your elected official, the one that sits in the seat of authority, to come into agreement and join this awareness and to keep it going. So that's what we praise God for.
The rate of gun deaths in Georgia increased 56% from 2013 to 2020, compared to a 36% increase nationwide. You'll hear more from the program and law enforcement tonight on News Channel 6 at 6. 100 days of summer is underway through Labor Day. It's a period known to be the deadliest days for teen drivers. Troopers with South Carolina Highway Patrol say they prepare for it every year. According to the National Highway Safety Administration, car crashes are the leading cause of death for teens ages 16 to 19. Officers say while it is impossible to never be distracted on the roadways, preventing them can save lives. They say parents should sit down with their teens and ride in the car with them to make sure they're confident behind the wheel.
Don't speed, don't drive distracted, and if you consume alcohol, don't get behind the wheel of a motor vehicle. Also, we remind everyone to always buckle up when you're inside a vehicle, whether you're a driver or a passenger.
He says driving is a privilege that can be taken away from you, adding that the public has to take the initiative and Highway Patrol troopers will continue to enforce the laws. Time now for our first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller. Tim?
Jenny, let's take a look outside. It is a beautiful day today. Abundant sun.
At 12:30 on the Means Report. New townhomes are headed to Columbia County. The County Council approved the proposed development Thursday night. It's for 44 townhomes and some commercial properties next to Grovetown High School on Warrior Way. It would be part of an 11-acre property off Baker Place Road. Founders Day of Caring is almost here, and you still have time to donate. Our parent company, Nexstar, will observe its 28th anniversary next Friday, June 14th. This year, in the spirit of giving back to the local community, we're supporting Hotel Ministry, a safe haven. That's an apartment complex dedicated to helping women and children.
We try to provide for any physical need that they have. That's our first goal. Then we try to provide for their spiritual needs. But we have to get them clothed and fed and that. So there's always a need for canned goods and snacks for children.
They're also in need of bedding and any room items. bathroom and kitchen items, clothing, and mattresses. You can drop those items off here at Television Park through Monday. Our annual summer blood drive is coming up this month, and we want you to take part. It's Tuesday, June 18th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. right here at Television Park. There will also be a special raffle giveaway. It's Headache and Migraine Awareness Month. Coming up, we're talking about the latest treatment options.
What time is your tea time tomorrow? This in the morning. It's going to be 67 degrees. It's the afternoon time. It's going to be hot tomorrow, but the humidity will be nice and low. The rest of the week is warm.
News Channel 6. Under Sheriff Roundtree's leadership, gang violence has been reduced.
My major objective has always been to reduce crime and to protect our citizens.
Keep Sheriff Roundtree as your sheriff.
Let's bring it home with your vote on June 18th.
June is Headache and Migraine Awareness Month. If you've ever had a migraine, you know how painful they can be. And for some, they happen on a regular basis. Symptoms of migraines typically include nausea, vomiting, and sensitivity to light and sound. It's unclear what causes migraines. However, they can be triggered by food, stress, hormonal changes, the weather, certain medications, and disruptions in sleep.
Migraine is very common. It's a debilitating headache for those who get it. It can be episodic, it can be chronic in nature. When we talk about chronic migraines, it really relates to the frequency of headache days in any given month.
The good news is there are treatment options available. Dr. Ahmad Estomalik with Cleveland Clinic says they can range from lifestyle changes, like altering a person's diet, to prescribing different types of medication. Botox may also be recommended. The injection works by helping to suppress the pain.
The arsenal and the treatment modalities are huge at this point, and I always tell a lot of patients there's no domain within neuroscience that has seen or witnessed the magnitude or amount of new treatments as migraine has.
The doctor says while over-the-counter pain relievers may be useful for the occasional migraine, you shouldn't take them regularly. That's because overconsumption can cause a rebound effect, meaning once the medication wears off, the migraine just comes right back. Tim's up with your full forecast after the break.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live 536 mobile app. Download it today.
It just keeps.
To next week, and we are smack dab in the middle of hurricane season. All this week we've been talking about how to prepare for hurricane season. And it's going to be an active hurricane season. In our final series this week, meteorologist John Lynn has more on what we call formation zones.
So far, we've learned how hurricanes form, and now let's look at the formation zones in which these storms develop. There are 7 for tropical storms and hurricanes. They include the Atlantic, the Eastern Pacific, the Northwest Pacific, the North Indian Ocean, the Southwest Indian Ocean, the Australian, Southeast Indian, as well as the Australian Southwest Pacific. Now, the Atlantic Ocean includes the North Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, as well as the Caribbean Sea, and covers 41.1 million square miles. The Atlantic is the second largest ocean in the world. It produces both hurricanes and icebergs due to the weather patterns that warm and cool different regions of the ocean. The average Atlantic hurricane season produces 12 named storms, out of which 6 of those strengthen into hurricanes, and 3 of those become major category 3, 4, or 5 hurricanes. Now, there's not much activity during the month of June as tropical storm and hurricane season begins, but in the Gulf of Mexico, as well as the Atlantic seaboard, those are typical locations through which these named storms pass. Things do begin to ramp up during the month of July as the likelihood of a named storm increases along the East Coast as well as the Western Atlantic. In August, named storms do become more possible across the entire basin, with the highest likelihood near the Caribbean islands. Typically, September is the most active month as most storms typically pass through the Atlantic and near the East Coast. Things begin to wind down during the month of October as named storms tend to pass through the Northwest Caribbean as well as the Western Atlantic. And as we begin to wrap up the season during the month of November, the remainder of storms tend to be near the Caribbean or the Central Atlantic. And even though hurricane season ends November 30th, it is not unlikely to have a storm or two develop outside of the season.
Good to see John Lynn in the evening news. Before the Stanley Cup playoffs get underway, there is another matchup. Coming up, a preview of the Stanley Cup.
Domestic violence affects millions every year, but recognizing the signs can save lives. Isolation, manipulation, and controlling behavior are all red flags. Physical aggression is never acceptable. It's not just about the bruises, it's about the fear it instills. Psychological abuse can be just as harmful and leave scars that may never heal, affecting self-esteem and relationships long after the abuse ends. Break the silence and reach out for help. There's a community waiting to support you. Visit safehomestv.org for support and resources. Together, we can end domestic violence.
Interiors Market is having a huge indoor tent sale now through June 23rd with extended hours. The store is overstocked. Everything is ready for immediate delivery. Absolutely everything is on sale, in stock and special order. Inventory changes daily. The best prices of the year. You don't want to miss this sale. Open every day now through June 23rd with extended hours. Check out all that is new at Interiors Market, located across the street from Weinberger's Furniture.
I'm Eugene Gino.
Every day, ordinary people in the CSRA do extraordinary things to serve our community. Each month, News Channel 6 recognizes these outstanding volunteers with the Giving Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Giving Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by ScienceCo, Piedmont Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6. The weather, you need to see the whole picture. That's why Live Fiber 6 gives you the Skyview network. Get a live view of traffic and weather from all over the CSRA. Available online 24 hours a day at WJBF.com and the free Live Fiber 6 mobile app. The WJBF Live Fiber 6 Skyview network. Powered by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
The NHL Finals begin tomorrow night, but tonight it's all about the Stanley Pups. The league will air a one-hour special on the NHL Network and ESPN Plus tonight at 7 to highlight the importance of pet adoption. All 32 teams will be represented by a puppy, many of them available for adoption from shelters and rescue groups. And just like hockey players, the Pups try to get a puck or toy into the net. There's more coverage you can count on coming up at 4:30, including how to protect your child from cyber crimes this summer.